Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Cage the Elephant playing the Boston Calling Music Festival. So make sure you are texting CAGE, C-A-G-E, to 312-591-8300. You got about a half hour left. At 9 o'clock, it goes away. The Boston Calling Music Festival. You got Cage the Elephant, Fall Out Boy, Sublime, and more. Plus, just for qualifying, 2 one-day tickets to Riot Fest. So you get to pick Friday, Blink-182, Saturday, Weezer, Jack White, Sunday, Green Day, among other 88 other bands playing all those days. So you got about a half hour left. Text CAGE right now to 312-591-8300. It's not related to La Bamba. That is the bugle for the horses. This weekend, you've got the Kentucky Derby. It's already here. Coming up, the 151st running of the Kentucky Derby will be on NBC and streamed live on Peacock. That will be Saturday afternoon. It's always weird with the Kentucky Derby because there's so much of a preamble to it and other races, and you want to say, like, the Super Bowl starts at this time or whatever. You just got to kind of get in there, and it's somewhere between like 5 and 6:30 the race will always happen. And they suck you into just all the pageantry and the drunkenness in the infield. But
the big hats.
The hats, the dresses. I've never been to one. I believe it or not, I was the voice of the Kentucky Derby for a while.
I don't know this story. I would like to hear it.
Well, I was the voice of the Kentucky Derby for a while, where I used to read all of their announcements. Apparently, when there's not horses racing there, they have concerts.
Oh, really?
A lot of fun cover bands, and it's a good time out there at the track, but at Churchill Downs. And they have this big race once a year called the Kentucky Derby. And here we go.
So what did you voice?
So all of the stuff for them that wasn't involved with the Kentucky Derby.
So nothing. So you voiced. But what were, like, at the concert? Did they have a voice playing?
Well, yes, they did.
He was talking over the concert?
I was the concert.
I heard the song. Oh, my God. He's everywhere.
Yeah. Somebody paid me for that. They paid me to go, here's Nirvana-ish, a Nirvana tribute band at Churchill Downs, which was stuff like that. And
Did you have to be like, make sure you check the emergency exits? Were you doing stuff like that?
No, I didn't care about emergency exits.
Come on now.
I just can't imagine what voice needed to play at a concert.
Well, I did their commercials that would run on radio and TV in that area down in Kentucky. And then also, I did have my voice saying, I'll try to do an imitation of an old thing I did, like, come on down to Churchill Downs for Nirvana-ish, a Nirvana tribute band. Plus, we got margaritas for $7. Stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the voice I used.
Did they make you do like a southern drawl?
They said that.
Boy, were you like racist at the end of this?
I said, hey, boy, come on over here for the horse races, you see.
I thought it was going to be way different.
Yep, nope. They always say that in these things, and they want you to do something. It'd be great if you were from Kentucky. And they chose me anyway, not being from Kentucky. So Kentucky Derby, we have all the horses. We're going to do what we did last year, is each of us take a horse. And I think my horse last year came in second, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's true.
So we have the whole list of horses. There's a lot of funny names on here. And Kenzie, have you already picked your horse you think will win?
I picked my horse.
Now, should I say who they're saying the experts I did a little deep dive say are going to win?
Please.
So there's a horse called Journalism. That is a pick to win.
Fake news.
Yeah. To place, a horse called Sovereignty. And then to show is Sandman. Sandman. So those are the top 3 horses, at least by the experts saying what's going to happen. So, Kenzie, do you like those horses, or are you going to pick someone else?
I'm picking someone else.
Okay.
I'm picking Chunk of Gold. Tell me that horse isn't going to win.
What's your analysis on Chunk of Gold?
I mean, hello, it's a chunk of gold. Gold is first place. It's like foreshadowing. It's going to wear a chunk of gold.
Got it.
Any other questions?
Sounds logical. Don't know if they're a mutter or not. You don't know that for sure?
A what?
A mutter?
I don't know what that means.
That's a horse that runs good in the mud.
Mutter?
In case there's rain.
God, maybe you did do the commercials.
Listen. I can look up and see. Why don't you look up and see if Chunk of Gold, what they talk about Chunk of Gold as far as a horse, Kenzie. If there's a review of if he or she is a mutter.
Chunk of Gold. Do I just look up Chunk of Gold horse review?
I would try that.
Is there a Yelp review for your horse?
While you do that, let's move on to Case's horse.
He's got a real attitude problem.
2 stars.
We'll come back to you, Kenzie, in a second. But Case, what's your horse?
I am not going with Journalism, who is the favorite. I am going with their counterpart Publisher, who is 20 to 1 odds.
Okay.
A man of great literary respect, a fan of journalism, and of course a fan of publishing. So I will be going with publisher. His pedigree suggests strong classic potential, combining American pharaoh's proven stamina with proud citizens' influence through his damn side.
Boy, that sounds real Southern.
Yeah, there's just a tone to horse racing I'm not totally comfortable with.
It's close to slavery, kind of, that tone.
Not good.
Very
I'm getting more
close.
uncomfortable as the bit goes on.
Well, Kenzie, how about reading what your horse description
Okay.
is?
It's not a good first sentence. Bought at auction for the relatively.
Oh, God.
I'm uncomfortable with the whole thing, but a lot of people go, so I don't know. Bought at auction with the relatively paltry sum of $2,500 2 years ago. Chunk of gold already has shattered expectations in his short career. On Saturday, this horse from humble beginnings will attempt to cap off the ultimate underdog story when he leaves the starting gate.
Bought for a paltry amount is so demeaning.
That's not good.
At an auction.
I think Kenzie's horse is
Career-
racist.
I don't even know what this means, if you can help me. Career record is 4 starts, 1 win, 3 seconds. What does that mean?
I didn't get that far in the commercials they had me read.
Okay.
I mean, 4 starts, 1 win, meaning we're running 4 races, and it's 1-1 and 1 by 3 seconds, I'm imagining.
Oh, is that what-
No. It was 3 second places, not 3 seconds.
She said 3 seconds. I
Yes,
took it a
no,
second.
I understand.
Okay.
So, Kenzie, that's actually good. Your horse has been in 4 professional races. It
Yeah.
won one of them and has finished second place 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay, and the odds are 30 to 1, so it's not a high-ranking horse.
No, it's
No,
not. It was
no.
very
According to
long
Brian, because I had
odds.
to ask what higher or lower numbers meant, and he said lower is bad.
So, because of the track record, you should put some money on that.
Well, let me tell you something, okay? This horse was bought for a paltry sum of $2,500.
No, keep reading it like that.
Bought for a paltry sum of $2,500. His career earnings to the day are $348,818.
Well, you could have run a plantation with that accent.
As a person, not really.
No,
Maybe as an accent, no.
As an actress, not your beliefs.
A paltry sum.
Remember, actresses are acting. Remember
Yeah,
that.
Thanks for
I could have
clarifying.
acted in a movie and done a good job.
Okay, so I'm going to take Tiztastic. Like that name. Sounds like something I would have had a nickname as Tiztastic.
I wasn't sure we were allowed to say it, so I didn't want to pick it.
Is that
I
bad?
actually thought it was something else.
Yes, no, it's just very close to another word.
I thought it was, I can't say the word on the radio, which is stupid. I found that out the hard way.
That's right.
But let's say I thought it was basically boobs-tastic.
Oh, Tiztastic.
See what I'm saying? But when I read it, I was like, whoa, it's
Yeah.
kind of sexualizing a horse. That's weird.
Tiztastic is a dark bay brown colt by Tiz the Law out of Kesha. I don't know.
Kesha owns the horse?
I think.
It's Kesha's horse?
It says by Kesha, and it's spelled like her, too.
It should be called TikTok, not Tiztastic.
This Tiztastic brings an impressive blend of speed and stamina to the Kentucky Derby aspirations. His recent victory at the Louisville Derby, a 1 3/16 mile, demonstrated his ability to handle extended distances, won by 2 1/4 lengths with a strong closing kick after rating inside and making a 4 wide move in the stretch. That's all I'm
I'm
going to say.
feeling really good about my horse. I feel like my explanation was the best.
Well, yours was definitely plantation type horse.
Okay, I don't love that.
You chose the horse. So Case chose publisher.
That's
Kenzie,
right.
Kenzie chose Chunk of Gold, and I choose Tiztastic, which is 20 to 1 odds, by the way, to win the Kentucky Derby tomorrow. Bet accordingly. DraftKings does have horse betting and DK Horse, by the way. You can have at it.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for the weekend Q101. Stuff going on in and around Chicagoland. Some of it's free. And we always start with the music that Case delivers that's going on, live music around the city.
That's right. There is live music going on around the city. I'm
Yes.
quite excited. Tonight, Thalia Hall, I will be there. The band Bad Nerves is coming all the way across the pond from Essex, England.
Ooh,
to come to
that's cool.
Chicago. I know, very cool. Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day said they're the best band in England right now.
Oof.
They are playing
statement.
I know. They are playing at Thalia Hall tonight. Tickets still available. And the other band on that show is Spiritual Cramp, who played Riot Fest last year. They opened for Rise Against on their last tour. I'm a huge fan. If you are looking for some old school sounding punk music from new bands, I would recommend Thalia Hall tonight for Bad Nerves. Also, Japanese Breakfast is at the Salt Shed. She's closing out a run of shows there. And Q101's friends, the Rex, are at Concord Music Hall this Sunday night. That should be a very fun show as well.
Can I put an off-air conversation onto the air related to Thalia Hall and you going there tonight?
Go ahead.
Well, we're going to find out if it's appropriate or not. Why?
Because I don't know what the story is.
I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay,
so.
go ahead. Do it live.
So basically, Case is interviewing one of the bands for
I'm
a
interviewing
Case
Bad
4.
Nerves. Yeah, I'm interviewing Bad Nerves for a Case 4.
Now, the interview is scheduled early in the day around 3 o'clock, and the show is until the evening. But once you get over to Pilsen, he doesn't want to come all the way back, which I understand, to all the way to the north side, then going back again later in the night. I said, well, you're in a center of some of the best Mexican food on earth in Pilsen. You can go get some food. He goes, yeah, but then how long will that take? And then I have another 4 hours to wait for the show. What else can he do in Pilsen without leaving the area for 4 hours? And if people have suggestions, please text him. But I also say you probably shouldn't eat a bunch of Mexican food and just pass out on a bench. That might be a bad idea, too.
That also might be a bad idea.
Because my favorite place
Hear me
over
out.
my favorite place over there is Coyotes, by the way. Coyotes.
I know you're a big fan.
Oh, love it.
Give up the straight edge thing for a night. Hear me out, okay? And enjoy your first margarita ever. And then if you do a few more of those, that 4 hours is go pretty fast. That is going to be speedy.
I want you to picture Case getting his first drink and then walking around Pilsen for 4 hours before the show.
Yeah, I guess my first drink, I'm alone in Pilsen. and also, here's the problem with that. Hey, Kenzie, I love the suggestion. I love where your head's at. I love the ideation that's coming to your brain here. The problem is, if I'm not straight edge, which means I don't drink and I don't do drugs by choice, if I'm not straight edge, I don't know who I am. It's my entire identity 26 years into this life. It's a great idea. I don't know if I'm going to do that.
Can't straight edge be just no drugs? Can't be like I'm straight edge and don't do drugs?
Well, then what are you, a giant poser? Absolutely not.
Well, people think that you're a poser already because you're not vegan and you're straight edge.
Wow, that really cut deep. That sucks that she said that.
Good call.
Oh,
So
man.
why not just like F it up? Now listen, if you go with what I said, ask for tahini on the rim instead of salt. It's much better.
I'm going to ask for tahina on the rim.
Tahini on the rim. Ask for the rim to have tahini, not salt. You're going to love it.
Also, make sure you order plenty of Doritos while you're there.
I don't know what terrine is.
Tahini. The seasoning. It's fantastic.
Oh, it sounds spicy.
It is spicy.
A little bit. It's like lime, chili. It's almost like if Takis was a seasoning. You'll like it.
No, when I eat Takis, I feel like I'm licking a volcano. I can't
Well, it's
do
not
that.
the whole thing. It's the rim. It's just the rim of the glass.
Yeah, but he can't get the alcohol out without going over the rim.
You know what you'd love? You'd love chamoy. It's like a Mexican candy. It's very sweet. You would love that.
Where do I get chamoy?
Probably in Pilsen.
You're going to be 4 hours wandering
I'll tell you
around
what.
Pilsen.
You could find some over there, baby.
Good Lord. Kenzie, what do you got for the weekend, Q101?
Okay, keeping it cultural, baby. The Savor Asia event's happening in the West Loop on May 4th, which is Sunday, in celebration of AAPI Heritage Month, which is Asian American and Pacific Islander. In case you don't know, now you know, okay? So it's going to be awesome vendors showcasing culinary talents. They kind of show off. You get to like watch them make the food too, and obviously all the food is incredible and super fresh. So if you want to get over there, that's going to be going on.
Right on. I'm doing, I guess nothing cultural, going to the Chicago Fire game, but I'm looking forward to it. I've been to a Fire game in a little bit. My wife's company has a suite.
Oh, so you're not going to sit with the people. You're going to sit above them.
Well, yes. To be honest, but we do get to go down and get behind the net for a while too, which is also privileged, but also free hot dogs and drinks. But I'm looking forward to it. It's Military Appreciation Night. First 5,000 people at the Fire game on Sunday get a foam flag giveaway. That's awesome. And they also have a scarf pack too.
Oh, you got to get one of those scarves.
Yeah, I really do. The scarves are big in the soccer world.
They love them.
They love it. And I'm looking forward to going to Soldier Field, look at some soccer. Look for me there. I'll be walking around. And
if you see Brian, he'll buy you a beer.
I do that. But it can't be everybody. It can be
No,
the
everybody that sees Brian, you can ask him to buy you a beer, and he will.
But I might just tell you I just bought 10, even though I didn't, and I'm not going to buy
they
it.
said I'm lucky number 11.
Hello. I will. I promise. You see me, say what up, I'll buy you a beer. And that's the weekend Q101. There's more on there on the blog that Case puts together at Q101.com. Text in your takeaways right now, 312-591-8300. Takeaways from today's show. And it's Friday, so all week, something that was memorable to you this week, including today, Send in your takeaway right now, 312-591-8300.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Lauren on the way in. More chances at the Boston Calling Music Festival trip and Riot Fest tickets in a combo package. At 11 and 2 with Lauren and Kevin filling in for Brian Phillips. At 5, he'll have that chance. And let's get to your takeaways before we get to the weekend. From us, Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So what do you got, Case, from our listeners?
Our friend Trucker Mike checked in. Honk, honk. His takeaway. Don't ever try to rearrange Brian's furniture because if you do, he will burn it down.
Facts. Got to start over. Burn it down. Kenzie, what do you got?
Fred's takeaway. She's nasty.
I'm sorry, one more time?
She's nasty.
She's nasty. She's nasty. She's nasty.
Some kind of remix coming up with that.
Oh, I'm sure. Disturbed would sound great with that.
Ooh,
She's nasty.
Thank you.
Finally, Joe checks in 630. Takeaway. Please stop driving your car into Billy Corrigan's tea shop. Please.
Hello,
Amen.
bozo.
Stop doing it. Case, what do you got on the podcast?
Well, it is Friday, so we have a new movie review. I was requested to do La Bamba this week in honor of the upcoming Cinco de Mayo holiday. And so
By the Mexican contingent of the show.
By the Mexican contingent of the show, the Mexicans reached out to me. They said, will you please do La Bamba? I said it would be my pleasure. And we talked about La Bamba this morning. That review, which is a barrel of fun, is up on the Brian and Kenzie podcast.
Actually, to be fair, they chose Blood In and Blood Out. But to part of our Mexican contingent, Stephanie said, it's a great movie, but it would ruin Case. That's a quote if you watched Blood In and Blood Out.
And according to the Wikipedia, they had trouble marketing that movie to, quote, white people.
Yeah, and you're white.
I am. Guilty.
Yep,
Guilty.
yep.
Also, Brian rekindled with an old flame last night. You can find out who or what he rekindled with. He found his passion once again. That lives on the Brian and Kenzie podcast.
Oh, I see what you did there. You miss moments a lot. 8 to 10 tomorrow is our throwbacks. So funniest moments of the week. And remember, we'll continue Fest Monday morning at 8.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.